Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, WWE's verdict on AJ Lee's comeback has been delivered.
A top WWE star was injured at Wrestlepalooza.
News of another WWE star being out injured as well.
And breaking news, wrestling fans are stinky. I'm Adam
You
Wilborn.
need to have a wash. Come on.
This is the news.
What's going on? All right, that last story is just for laughs.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Right, let's kick this one off by talking about AJ Lee and the reception to her first match in 10 years.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Long ass time she's been out of action. And she came back and it was half an hour long. So,
Yeah.
fair play.
Good luck.
Take it easy on your first night back. We got a nice little half-hour match lined up for you. Obviously, it was a tag team match, so she wasn't wrestling the whole time. But she was heavily involved. The first kind of act was built around building towards her hot tag.
There was a bit where I thought she wasn't going to get in the match.
Yeah, it was just going to be Punk versus Rollins.
Oh, she's lost.
the whole
She didn't
time.
even get in the match, okay.
The whole time. I guess she got in really early, but Becky Lynch ran away.
Yeah.
And then, it was like build, tag, wrestle. That's the match. That's the layout. It's classic. They've been doing it for years and years.
Becky was great in there.
She was, and she's getting some praise for this as well. But this is from Fightful Select, noting that the reception to AJ's combat match was extremely positive. People felt she did really well. Really well is the appraisal here. That's like a little pat on the head.
Yeah, well done
it?
you.
Yeah, well, imagine that.
10 years out of the ring.
Didn't you do good? It's like you're talking down to people. Obviously, Fightful are not talking down to people. We're taking the piss. But yeah, apparently Becky as well in the same kind of write up here. She got a big credit for her role in all of this. Somebody who's been in the company a long time said that she has helped lead so many wrestlers through matches that they've taken long absences after they've taken long absences, and they felt that Becky did extremely well. Becky, of course, coming back from her own long absence, really, in the past 4 months or so. But yeah, look, I thought Becky did a tremendous job. Obviously, the main talking point is AJ, but like, Becky is such a pro at this, and like, there was one particular moment where like the Black Widow got a little bit messy and Becky like adjusted and turned it into something completely different, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like,
so professional.
That's how it works. Like when there's a big botch in a match or like a mistake or a slip or whatever, it doesn't matter really if you style it out and you make something cool from it, right?
Yeah.
So like you can contrast with like the Eddie Kingston, and he's my favorite wrestler, so kids gloves, but the Eddie Kingston Hurricane that missed and then they just pinned, and it was like, what?
Just do it again.
Just do it again. Come up with something on the fly. And look, it's a lot of pressure for people, obviously.
I get it, yeah.
We've never been in the ring. We've no idea what it's like. We're complete idiots. But if you can style something out, the botch isn't a problem.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's one of those things with AJ Lee and Becky. Like AJ, quite rightly getting praise for her performance in the match and just seamlessly stepping back between the ropes. I sense big things for her in the future. Maybe she takes the title off Becky going forward, or maybe she gets the world title. I don't know, but. Yeah, it was one of those things, isn't it, where that performance can only be made to look so good by what Becky does in there. You need someone to counteract that, and I thought, Becky played her role brilliantly. Like, credit to Punk and Seth, obviously, they were good in there as well, pat on the head.
Seth was really good as well, yeah.
But it was down to Becky's, oh, bollocks, and then being a bit sneaky, and then like snatching her up with a manhandle slam at points. Yeah, I think the way that Becky throughout this has worked with Punk and in particular AJ Lee has just made this return, Yeah,
she's done a great job, and it confuses me when people say that Becky Lynch is like overpushed or Becky Hogan or all this.
Insane.
It's like the quality of her work is on a different level to a lot of the people in her division a lot of the time.
Look what she did when she went down to NXT. Yeah. She did brilliant work down there as well with Lyra and Tiffany and people like that.
Exactly. So it blows my mind when I guess it's just like a stan thing where it's like Becky beat my favorite, therefore she bad and overpushed. I think she's a tremendous worker. And look, AJ coming off of 10 years out, I don't think you can ask for much more than what she gave you, really. I mean, look, these have got to go. It's like she's going for a swim or something. Yeah. Those have got to go. But again, we're not workers and we've no idea. I couldn't throw a worked punch.
God, no.
A worked slap.
I'd either miss by a mile. I'd be Shane McMahon. Either miss by a mile or actually connect and piss someone off.
Yeah, so it would look like crap and it would hurt people. It just wouldn't work. But yeah, look.
That's our version of the Hurt syndicate. We look like crap and we hurt people.
We hurt people accidentally. Yeah, it's like that. It's like the total opposite of the Hurt Syndicate. Like, because they look incredible. Yeah. These chiseled Adonises, And they say they hurt people, but they're not injuring people.
Shout out to MVP. I did not expect him to do that amount of work in that match. I'd be sitting there going, "You take it, lads."
He took like 70% of it, and then he took. I tell you what, I love the Hurt Syndicate. Right, I thought that Bobby versus Toa Leona last week was awesome.
What an over delivery that was!
It was superb, and I thought I really liked the trios match on All Out. But I'll tell you what. By how MVP taking the pin, which was the logical thing, he's the manager. Mm-hmm. They're not doing those reports any favors. Are they?
I didn't know the result, but if you told me the result beforehand, I would have put my entire house on MVP being the one getting pinned or submitted.
Me too. Listen, this is going to annoy some people. I kind of like that they're maybe politicking a little bit. I think it's beast, personally.
Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, you tell them they're not winning.
It's like, what? You have Bob Lashley. Why would you not protect him? And Shelton rules. Come on.
Bobby is terrifying, man. I almost bumped into him when we were walking around at the Switch in Disco in London. I turned a corner and he was just there and I was like, Jesus.
I want to see them do a squash where the music plays.
I saw your tweet. It's good stuff.
Bobby shouldn't even take off his baseball cap. They should just come in and just bulldoze somebody on
and that's lunch, I think.
Yeah, nice and simple. Takeshi Morishima Ring of Honor debut stuff for all my freaks out there. Anyway.
But let's talk a little bit more about Wrestlepalooza. All Out and Wrestlepalooza reviews on the podcast channel coming later on today, of course. But a top WWE star was injured. You can probably guess which one I'm talking about because he was busted wide open in the tag match. It was, of course, the Usos versus the two. They were facing off with the two Bronnies, as they're known, the Vision, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed. And there was a spot where a chair got involved because LA Knight was the referee and just went, bollocks, do what you want. And he hit Bron Breakker in the back with a chair, and then all of a sudden we had to watch this back. Yeah. It's just, there's a gusher, and you're like, where's that blood come from? It's Jey Uso's head.
It's really hard to see where it happened.
And you say to me, basically, he sort of hits him with a chair and just clips himself as it comes back.
And it's really quick as well. It's literally like that. And then, because when you watch it, suddenly he just has blood. And it's like, what?
Great, obviously.
What happened?
But I hope he's all right. And most importantly, reports from Fightful and Brian Alvarez of Figure 4 Online basically saying that he is being checked over right now. Brian saying that he is in the concussion protocol following Wrestlepalooza, which makes a lot of sense considering what happened to finish that match. So I hope he's all right. I hope he can be back on form on Raw, because I'm really intrigued by this seemingly slow burn heel turn, perhaps, for Jey Uso. And I think to feed that the right result, obviously, in the match. But regardless, when something like that happens, you just go home.
Yeah, absolutely. And the match was a bit of a mess thereafter. Understandably so. The man was probably concussed.
Yeah. Either that or he'd lost 6 pints of blood.
Yeah. I mean, it was like Goldberg cutting a promo stuff, wasn't it? Headbutt the door. Oh, no, wait. I'm in cuckoo land.
That's what I always do before the news. I headbutt a door.
Yeah, me too. I do it before I leave the house every day.
Come on, Andy, you got this.
Yeah,
wham!
It's great. And then I go Powerhouse, which I do every day because it's the best thing ever.
It's a great theme.
After that, it was a bit you can hear it's like John Cena in there. There was a few called spots, and then the finish with the double spear thing was a bit. Yeah, look, the guy was concussed. What more do you want?
I love the bit in John Cena matches where they're like, ooh, John talking trash to his opponent. Nope, I can literally see him calling the next 6 moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Brock Lesnar's got him in a bear hug and he's going, jump, tackle, shoulder tackle. Anyway, it's not going to change, is it? We've only got 3 months left. So.
No, exactly. So I think you give people a bit of room for stuff like this. It's like Jay got hurt.
Yeah.
It's an accident. Same way Eddie Kingston coming back. He's got a lot of crap this weekend. He hasn't wrestled in 60 months.
It's nice to see him back in a ring, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And AJ Lee, similar. 10 years out. Come on. What would you look like after 10 years out? If I took 10 years out, I'd probably be dead. So there you go. This was silly, folks. Don't do that again.
No, don't do that
again. But yeah, okay, cool. Want to talk about Piper Niven now?
Yeah, this is disappointing.
She is also injured.
She's been missing, hasn't she, for a while?
She has. That's why she's not been around with the Secret Service. Fightful had some inquiries. People going, hey, Fightful, do you know where Piper is? She's been out injured, apparently. There's no word on what that injury is. There's no specifics, nothing like that. And WWE does not know how bad it is at this point either. But her last match was a month ago against Charlotte Flair on SmackDown. There's been nothing from her since then. Chelsea teamed up with Alba Fire last week, who's also in the Secret Harvest. Chelsea Green just collecting Scottish people. I quite enjoy this. Maybe who else? Are there any others?
Well, they've been linked with they've known stuff with Ethan Page, obviously, but he's
Scottish.
not Scottish.
Yeah, he's Scottish. He's good looking enough to be Scottish.
Scottish-Canadian. That could be a fun crossover.
Canadian.
Drew. There we go.
Drew. Why not? Why the Drew McIntyre in the Secret Harvest?
The reason I didn't win the world title on Saturday is because I wasn't in the Secret Harvest.
Yeah, there you go. That's the solution. So yeah, that's a shame. I think it's a fun act, the Secret Harvest. I think you need these silly characters on your mid-card to brighten things up. Chelsea Green's perfect to have a couple of Harvest people with her. I was going to call them Harvest.
I love the gimmick.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, Chelsea makes it, obviously. But
the suits.
Yeah.
It's good crack.
Fair play for wrestling in a suit as well. I always think that people who wrestle in like suits and jeans and stuff like that, that's not ideal, is it?
Yeah. I'm always quite impressed by people who wear like Jordans when they wear... Like, Jordan 1s are not built for this at all. They
look great.
They look... I've only got one pair, but like they're not comfortable shoes, Jordan 1s. I'm always kind of impressed by like where it's Roman or the Usos or the Young Bucks. Yeah. They do it quite a lot as well.
Love that. Looks like they're doing some limb work. Oh no, they've just got blisters from their Jordans.
Yeah. They're cutting their ankles to shreds. Good stuff. I'm sure they have work around.
Yes. I hope Piper's not injured for very long, because I really like her, and unfortunate timing, obviously, because they're doing lots of stuff with Chelsea in the Secret Harvest. I did just think, as you were talking about her there, like what a career she's had in WWE. She obviously was like in NXT UK and stuff like that when they stole everyone from the British wrestling scene. Yeah. And then, like, Doudrop was a thing. Like, they gave her that name and just went, that's you now. Just when someone says Doudrop, you here.
Doudrop.
But now she's a great sort of, like, powerhouse for that team.
She's a good wrestler. I think she's a really underrated wrestler. She has been for a while. Like, anytime she gets like a little singles push, she had one against, surprise, surprise, Becky Lynch a few years ago. She always does good work. And I thought she was good when she was Viper years and years ago. Doudrop, I mean, that's just a death sentence of a
The fact she's still there and survived all that is credit to her.
Doudrop. That's got to be the worst. Is there a worse name in modern WWE?
Didn't Thingy name her as well? They were like, oh, you've been called this, but was it Eva Marie? No, what's her name?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. You are a Doudrop and you hang around with Eva Marie. That's not a great thing, is it? I can't think of many worse. Bearcat Lee. Obviously, there have been Bearcats in wrestling before, but Bearcat Lee was bad.
Shorty G.
Shorty G is the one, because that's like an instant burial.
And not only that, it wasn't like his name's Shaggy, but we're all going to call him Shorty G. He had to say in a promo, let's shorten that up. Let's call me Shorty G, guys. Yeah. No one would ever choose to be named that.
Yeah, he used to do promos about being short. It was like, why are you burying this man?
He had a ruler on his T-shirt. Yeah. No one's buying that merch.
It's like, look at my metric measurement system.
How long's this table? Hang on, I'll just lay down on it and we can work it out.
It was a really bad... One of my least favourite gimmicks of all, like, this is a measuring stick that I use. I think TJ Perkins is a very good wrestler. But remember when he was on the main roster and he was like a gamer? And it was like, he was backstage going, hey man, you need to level up or it's going to be game over, bro.
It was like your parents. Like, what do gamers do? Yeah. What are gamers like?
Yeah, one up. Let's enter the special stage.
Yeah, in the Vince latter days Vince era, it was always like they were like 20 years behind. They were like, Austin Powers is a very popular movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. What's going on, man? It's like this man just won the Cruiserweight Classic. Like that was a really good tournament because all the vignettes and the character stuff was like, here's my really cool real life story.
Yeah.
And then they put you on the main roster and you're Super Mario. And you're like, hey gamers, it's time to level up. Like, what are we doing?
Insane.
That was 9 years ago, but still. Yeah.
Speaking of what are we doing, not showering apparently. This has been talked about a great deal over the weekend on social media. There was a Squared Circle post on Reddit Squared Circle, obviously by a person called Medved in Moscow, surrounding AEW All Out, entitled AEW All Out Stinky.
This isn't news, by the way. It's
just a public service announcement.
It's funny, yeah, it's funny.
AEW All Out, stinky experience. Please shower before events.
Stinky experience.
Does this need... I mean, it clearly does need to be said, but why? So Medved writes, me and my girlfriend had floor tickets at All Out. During 0 Hour, we were met with a pungent smell that became unbearable. She has slight sensory smell issues, so I understand I can usually put up with something slightly uncomfortable. But man, I had not smelled something that pungent at a venue ever. It was so bad we had to go to fan services and request any possible alternative seating arrangement. I'll sit behind a pole, I don't care, all right? We gave up our floor seats for worse seating with an obstructed view of the ring because that was a better alternative than having to put up with whatever that smell was. Coming from a trading card game where players will get DQ'd at events for bad hygiene.
Is that a thing?
I didn't realise, but apparently makes a lot of sense. I really wish that something would be implemented into concerts and shows. There's no excuse for anyone smelling that bad to the point we had to give up the good seats we paid money for so that we could have a bearable experience for the next 5 to 6 hours. Come on, guys.
I never know if posts like this are taking the piss or not. Like, is this real? I don't know.
I think from experiences we've all had, probably.
Yeah, like there are some stinky folk out. Look, and not judging people with medical conditions and stuff like that. Sometimes there's nothing you can do, right? But like sometimes there is something you can do, and usually it involves a shower.
Yeah, wipe your ass and have a shower.
Yeah. Like I was at a gig on Saturday night, and it was great, and it was tremendous, and I had a great time. I went on my own, but I spoke to loads of people because the community of like hardcore and punk shows is really special. But there's just some points where like a guy stands next to you and just drops a fart, and it's like they do that because there's so many people around. And
on
they
the
know
beat
they can
or
get
off
away
beat
with
as
it.
well? Is that
Oh no, the fart was it's never on beat. It just creeps in you when you least expect it. And people just do this stuff in crowds because they know they can. If they're in a group, they can fart and they can smell. And like if you're at a show, if you're at a gig and you're sweaty, that's cool because you've probably been tearing it up, right? But don't be farting. don't be doing that. Like
you don't pre-sweat before a gig or a show or anything like that. Like,
have a wash.
It's not. Yeah, it's really not that difficult. Like. I'm guilty of it as well, where like you not shower. I can't be asked to have a shower this morning on a weekend or whatever, and then suddenly you catch yourself. And you're like, well, that's not great. I should probably sort that out. Yeah. But like going, right, I'm gonna go out in public like this.
I haven't showered in 3 days. This is I'd say one thing, right? I'll give a little bit of appreciation for the stinkers, just a little bit. Sometimes you can't smell yourself a lot of the time, right? Like I put my have a whiff of that, right? Honey and tobacco. I can barely smell it because it's my smell and I wear it every day.
You get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not BO.
No.
But
just even if whether you can smell yourself or not, just have a shower.
Have a wash. Like, I don't understand. There are people out there who don't
Showers
wash.
are great. Baths are goated.
Who don't shower every day. And I don't get it.
I hate it. I feel like I don't mind it at the weekend if I'm just like, I'm going to go and do some gardening or whatever. It's like, what's the point? But I wouldn't be like, right, time to go into work after 3 days of not showering.
Yeah, wild stuff. So I don't know if this Reddit post was even real, but I thought it was a funny thing to take the piss out of.
Giving up your floor seats, that's really harsh.
That's pretty brutal. I spent £1,000 to be here, but I don't like the smell of someone. Just be conscious.
Or next time, just take one of those like magic trees and just hang it off your nose.
Boom, there you go. You know what's really good actually? The jelly bean ones.
Oh yeah,
they're really nice. We got a vanilla one in our car.
I like the cherry one, but sometimes it's a bit much. I get it, I'm like,
yeah. There's my sister had a blueberry one. And I was like, why? This is too much.
I've got a headache.
Yeah. Why have I got a migraine sitting in the passenger seat of this car for 2 minutes?
Yeah. So how about now the news is finished, we all go and have a shower.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. There.
And download. Go on Steam and download Shower with Your Dad Simulator. That's an actual game.
Thing?
It's an actual game. Yeah. I've never played it.
Joe showed me Power Wash Simulator. Which
I played that for like 40 hours.
That does look good.
Year.
Yeah.
It's really therapeutic.
Oh.
You just washing.
We're going to play a shower game instead of actually having a shower.
Yeah, that's probably that part.
I'll play the game.
Yeah, but download Shower with Your Dad Simulator. Let us know if it's good. If it sucks, that's your fault. We forgot to do a NordVPN ad read.
I was going to say, that's not a paid sponsorship.
Yeah.
But Nord is, go and check out
But actually, Nord will, if you want to be in Switzerland when you download Shower with Your Dad Simulator,
shower in Switzerland. Pretend you're in Switzerland, get in the shower.
76% off, 3 months for free. Link is in the description. This is a terrible link. This has been a weird news video.
Yeah, it was a weird weekend.
Might be back later on. I've got an idea for a video about MJF.
Ooh.
It might come out later today, who knows. In the interim, check out this video right here. There's 99 facts about WCW.
Good stuff.
Look at the insane clown posse on that thumbnail, man. Tremendous. Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Wash.